Welcome to The Hypnotist, the show that gives you inside access to cutting-edge hypnosis with real clients facing genuine issues. Brought to you by the hypnotherapist demanded by celebrities, CEOs, and even royalty, Adam Cox. These recordings took place live from Adam's clinic in London's world-famous Harley Street. This podcast features powerful hypnosis, so do not listen while driving or operating machinery. This recording is not suitable for those with epilepsy or severe mental health issues. So, get yourself comfortable and enjoy today's episode of The Hypnotist.
Hi, it's Adam here, and in this episode of The Hypnotist, you're going to be listening to a hypnosis session that was created for a client that had certain feelings of limitations, feelings of barriers preventing them from making the level of progress, earning the level of income that they wanted. And I think a lot of people are living through limitations of their own making. And a lot of these are coming from belief systems and just childhood conditioning. And a good way to think about it is that it's very easy for you, if you observe someone not at your level, whatever your level is, it's obvious to you what they could do differently to earn more, become slimmer, healthier, whatever it might be, because your level doesn't have those same limitations that they have. But then if you were to imagine yourself from the perspective of someone 2 or 3 times as successful as you in the exact area that you want to improve on, they would look at you and they would say, well, why can't you do that thing? Why can't you be earning 2-3 times the amount? Why can't you, launch a business, do whatever it might be? The limitations are self-imposed, but you can only really see them once you're either taking a different perspective or when you look backwards. And most people can look at their past and make the fairly accurate reflection that in their past they were limited, but not of something real, of a disempowering belief or just a perception that they couldn't do something, and now they take it for granted that they can do that thing. So we're all carrying around limitations with us. This session is designed to think beyond those limitations. It's one of my favorite resource states is Audacity, this kind of willingness to take big risks and believe in yourself 100%. And I set goals all the time. And one of my sections of my goals is called ridiculously big goals. And the reason I phrase it as ridiculously big goals is that if I achieve it, it's a ridiculous thing to achieve because it's so big, it's so audacious, and that frees me from any fear of failure because nobody would expect me to achieve them anyway. And that's really what this session is about. Having permission to think big, having permission to be more decisive, going way beyond what anyone would think you're capable of doing, and really feeling that the only permission you need to go and start pursuing these big audacious goals and thinking way bigger than ever before is your own permission. And rather than waiting for someone to say, hey, it's okay for you to do that, just do the thing and see if anyone will stop you. And a lot of the time they don't. And I remember feeling that way when I became a hypnotherapist. I had ridiculously big goals about what I wanted to do in the world of hypnotherapy. And I thought it would be so difficult for me to do those goals because I was an unknown entity. I had no track record, had no experience. And when I came into it, the key difference that I had is that self-belief, that audacious belief to go after very, very big goals. And what I found is that there's less competition in those areas because everyone is competing at the level of limitation and nobody's thinking 2 or 3, and they say it's, that there's not a lot of competition at the top. And I would say that's true. Difficult to get there, but you're only going to get there if you believe that that is even a possibility. So that's the kind of things going on in this session. Of course, it involves metaphors, it involves direct suggestions, but if you feel that you, just deep down, you believe that there is more left in the tank, that you are capable of living a life more than you currently are, I think you'll benefit from this session. It does tap into ideas of kind of asset ownership and wealth as well. If you're curious to learn more about that kind of stuff, I do have a course called Hypnotic Wealth. I'll put a link in the show notes about that. And if you feel it might be interesting to explore working with me, there will be a link again in the show notes to schedule that free consultation call. For now, though, find a quiet, comfortable place where you won't be disturbed, relax, and enjoy the session. Take a deep breath in. And as you breathe in a slow, calm, relaxing breath. As you feel the sensation of air going in through your nostrils into your lungs, feel a feeling of resourcefulness. And as you exhale, feel that you are releasing not just the breath, but any feelings of tension, stress, worries, or limitations. Just feel them leaving your body, feeling that you're becoming more calm, tranquil, and relaxed. As you breathe in through your nose, feel that relaxation, relaxing the muscles in your forehead, jaw, around your mouth and nostrils. And as you exhale, feel a lightness as it feels like any tension is melting away. The deeper you breathe in, the more relaxed you become. And the more relaxed you become, the more your imagination awakens. As you breathe in and breathe out, I wonder if you could imagine a baby elephant tied by a rope to a wooden post. Imagine this elephant is a circus elephant. And the baby elephant doesn't want to be tied to the post, so it tries as hard as it can to pull away. But the elephant is small, and the rope is thick, and the post is deeply entrenched in the ground. And for a while, the elephant pulls and pulls, until it comes to the conclusion that it's not even worth trying. And the elephant holds on to that belief that if it is tied to a post, there is no point in trying. But imagine seeing that baby elephant grow and grow until it becomes a huge adult elephant. And at this point, you can see the adult elephant tied to the post, and it becomes obvious to you that the elephant, whenever it wants, could immediately walk away from the post and would simply rip the post out of the floor, and yet it doesn't even try. Sometimes it's easier to see the limitations from the outside, but I wonder what limitations you're holding on to. What ropes tether you to immovable objects that aren't immovable? So as you breathe in, just imagine breathing in a color that for you represents self-belief. Decide that color, breathe in that self-belief. Inhale it and feel a sense of inner belief. And as you exhale, feel that you're letting go of doubts and limitations. Consider this a transfusion of emotions. Breathing in belief and exhaling doubt. And then decide on a different color that represents audacity. The kind of belief when there is absolutely no reason for it. That kind of confidence that comes sometimes from ignorance, or just a sense that things will find a way of working out. And as you breathe in that bold audacity, feel a sense of inner knowing, of courage, a sense of unfounded bravery. And as you exhale, just allow feelings of hesitation and avoidance leaving your body. That inner dialogue of maybe later, I'm not ready yet, feel that leave your body, and instead replace that inner dialogue with a confident tone that says, who even would attempt to stop me? Nothing will get in my way. As you breathe in and breathe out, feel yourself becoming more audacious, more confident, oozing self-belief. As you breathe in and breathe out, just imagine traveling forwards in time to see yourself 1 year from now. 1 year of being audaciously bold, confident, direct, decisive, and get to see that future version of you doing things that perhaps you thought would be impossible. And if you could imagine a future like that, let me know by nodding your head. And therefore, that future is undoubtedly a possibility. The only question is, what changes need to take place to make that possibility an inevitability? So as you breathe in and breathe out, and you relax deeper, you begin to realize that many limitations are simply stories you've told yourself. Stories that you now have the power to rewrite. In this moment, you understand that you have the ability to challenge every assumption you've made about your own potential. and allow reality, not fear, to be the true test of your limits. Breathe in and breathe out and feel that growing sense of confidence, knowing that each step you take towards your goals is either a step towards success or a valuable lesson that will guide you forward. Because from now on, you are no longer afraid of failure or judgment, because you understand that every attempt brings growth, learning, and strength. You feel a deep and powerful belief that you can achieve anything you set your mind to. Audacity and boldness now flow naturally within you, fueling your drive. This audacity will feel like a comfortable pair of shoes. It will feel natural to have that deep inner belief that you can. You no longer see obstacles as reasons to stop, but as opportunities to rise, grow, and prove to yourself just how limitless you truly are. Not to say there won't be challenges. It's just that every time you encounter a challenge, you will now instinctively think, I can do this, or I will learn how to do this. Either way, you move forward with confidence. Free yourself from those imaginary limitations that once held you back, and instead, you trust yourself to explore new possibilities without hesitation. Every goal you set becomes a source of excitement and motivation as you feel empowered to aim high, knowing that you will either win or gain valuable knowledge. And maybe there's a particular goal that you have in mind that would take 5 or 6 months if things go to plan. So adopt a mindset of curiosity and experimentation. Any belief that you once thought limited dissolves as you choose to test it in the real world with an open mind. You feel strong, capable, and ready to pursue the things that you once thought were beyond your reach. And don't be surprised if the more audacious the goal, the more excited and driven you become. Every now and then you'll catch your inner dialogue reminding yourself. You'll hear that inner dialogue saying, I am capable, I am powerful, I am limitless. And each time you hear them, these words will resonate deep within you, only adding to the unshakable confidence. And whenever you think about a big, audacious goal, you now feel a surge of enthusiasm. You feel empowered to pursue it because you know you have nothing to lose and everything to gain. The fear of judgment or failure dissolves Instead, you focus on the thrill of the journey, knowing that success or learning is inevitable. And what if from now on, you simply believe that you can achieve more than you ever imagined? That these ridiculously big goals aren't that ridiculous. And you trust yourself to take bold actions, knowing that your mindset will carry you through. And every time you pursue these big, audacious goals, it gives you more evidence to naturally let go of any remaining doubts or fears, replacing them with a deep sense of self-belief and relentless determination. Because your mind is now open to possibilities, no longer constrained by false limitations. You give yourself permission to think big and dream even bigger. As you realize that self-imposed limitations were never real, they were illusions, and now you have the clarity and courage to test them in the real world. With every breath you take, you feel a growing certainty. You are more than capable, and you will let your actions, not your fears, define your reality. Because from this moment on, you will trust yourself completely to take action. You believe that you can and that you will, because the only limits are the ones you choose to leave behind. As you breathe in and breathe out, just imagine seeing that now adult elephant suddenly choose not to believe that they are confined to the post, but are willing to test it. And as you see that huge element, the elephant walks away, instantly uprooting the post, free from the circus immediately, realizing that for years, the only thing keeping them trapped was their own belief in a false limitation. Allow yourself to be willing to test your limitations, to learn from limitations, and to overcome them. As you breathe in and breathe out, feel like it's time to return to the present with a new lease of life, a new sense of clarity, and a wonderful feeling of audacity. So take a deep breath in through your nose and out through your nose. Just wiggle your fingers and wiggle your toes, connect fully into the present moment as I now count from 1 to 10 to awaken you. Starting to count. 1, 2, 3, waking up. 4, 5, 6, more alert. 7, 8, open your eyes, open your eyes. 9, 10, wide awake, wide awake, wide awake.
Thank you for listening to The Hypnotist with Adam Cox, the show that gives you inside access to cutting-edge hypnosis with real clients facing genuine issues. To automatically receive the latest episodes, please subscribe. If you'd like to support the show, please share this episode with just one friend you think it could help, And if this episode helped you, please leave us a 5-star review.